Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 875th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what an epic and classic battle I've got for you today. Just to say, the last battle I put on was from 15 years ago. Well, this battle was only fought about 5 days ago. And as I say, this battle actually turned out to be kind of a modern, classic and epic battle, which I hope you agree when you've watched this battle, because you know, it's just all of a sudden it just turned into this really fantastic battle. And I'll say I hope you enjoy it. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Mars, the host of this battle. Now he has just got 10 infantry and 6 cavalry. Yes, just 10 infantry and 6 cavalry. You'll see he's got an eagle unit there for an extra morale boost, as well as his infantry general. Okay, there's his general there. Okay, so he's got 2 lots of a morale boosting units there amongst his 10 infantry, but I think I'm going to guess he's going to have some really good cavalry. Oh my gosh, count the upgrades. 9 upgrades, fully upgraded cavalry, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. That takes his cavalry out of the elite bracket into the super bracket. But will 6 fully upgraded cavalry make up for just 10 infantry on the modern day battlefield? Well, I guess we'll just have to see. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey. Now Pompey's got 14 pikes and 6 cavalry. Pompey's had a long break from Rome Total War, but I'm glad to say that he's back now. And if you notice with his pike army there, if I remember correctly, he's got mixed upgrades. Some of his pikes have got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on them. And I believe others are just gold shield, gold attack. So he's certainly got mixed upgrades through his pike units there. And his cavalry, I'm guessing probably just, 7 upgrades, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his companion cavalry. Remember, sometimes his cavalry are called the winged horsemen because of the wing kind of things on their helmets, and they've got a massive charge bonus as well. So never underestimate this cavalry. The charge bonus, that's the impact and penetration these cavalry units bring to the battlefield, can be quite devastating. So I think that's a pretty good Macedonian army, and that will be a tried and tested Macedonian army there of Pompey's. And my next teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who has unusually bought the Greek cities faction. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later on in the battle. As you know, very rare these days for me to bring the Greek cities faction. And as I say, we will talk about that a little bit later on in the battle. And our last teammate is Brotherhood member Eth. Now Eth has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. This has been the bog standard 31k army for many years because it's so effective and so efficient. So we've got quite a diverse team really. If we look at the factions there, we've got Rome with Mars, we've got Macedon with Pompey, we've got myself with Greek cities, and of course we've got Rome with Eth. This should be a cracking battle for you to watch, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Mad King. Now Mad King has got 15 Sacred Band Spearmen and 5 Sacred Band Cavalry. Just have a look at the upgrades on his battle formation here. You'll see that the forward units have just got gold shield, gold attack on. Okay, I think that's both lines of his battle formation from what I can see will be just gold shield, gold attack. Just have a quick, there you go. So his 2 forward lines of his battle formation there are just gold shield, gold attack. They're going to take the pillars, make first contact with the enemy. And then if you look further back in his battle formation, you'll see his last 2 lines of spearmen there have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so I'll say the last 2 lines have got that 8 upgrades. So what I think the thinking is here is that these units here with the smaller upgrades will take first contact with the enemy, weaken them, and then he'll bring his more elite spearmen forward to take out the weakened enemy troops. I think that's the thinking behind this battle formation. And his Sacred Band Cavalry have just got gold shield, gold attack on there. So I think that's a pretty good army. As I say, Mars said no archers, no slingers there in this particular battle, okay? And what I'd like to do is draw your attention to this mound here, okay? This is the only feature on this flat map, okay? This little mound here. But this mound becomes very important during the course of the battle, as you will see. as the battle unfolds. As I say, no archers, slingers, head hurlers, or horse archers allowed in this battle. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Mound 2. Now he's got the bog standard 31k Roman army, 14 infantry, 6 cavalry. As I say, the reason that's been the bog standard 31k Roman army for many years is because it's so effective and so efficient. Okay, the next teammate is Brotherhood member Spartan. He has also got the bog standard 31k Roman army, 14 infantry, 6 cavalry. As I say, no archers, no slingers, no horse archers, and no head hurlers allowed in this battle. From Mars there, the host of the battle. And their last teammate is Titan's Punisher, and he has also got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so there's the enemy team there. 3 Roman armies and Carthage. Okay, and there we are. They're up against 2 Roman armies, Macedon and Greek cities. So as I say, this turns into an epic battle, and I really hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd give you a little bit heads up of why I've bought this Greek cities army here. I'm called Spartan Commander, but I very rarely bring the Greek cities faction. And just to say that when Rome first came out in 2004, for the first 3 months of playing Rome Total War, I only played with the Greek cities faction, hence my name Spartan Commander. But I think to be a good pike and spear general, you need fast reactions, a good concentration. And to be honest with you, as I've got a bit older, I've found my reactions have got slower and my concentration's not very good either. So that's why I don't bring pike or spear factions very often. But for some reason, for this battle, I thought I'd bring a little bit of old school to 2024. Now this army is about 18, 19 years old, and this battle formation is also 18, 19 years old. Okay, so I've bought a real old school, old-fashioned, possibly out-of-date army and battle formation to 2024. Now, if you have a look at the battle formation here, you'll see I've got 1 unit as a pilot shield unit. Very often you'll find that enemies don't want to take Spartans on head-on, so they come around the flank. If you notice here, I've got 2 thicker units there that I can turn to face any flanking attack. Or on the other side there, you'll see the 2 end units there are thicker than the other ones, and that's there, and I can bring that other unit over as well to counter any flank attack. And I've got my general at the rear there as well. So there you are. That's a that's an 18 or 19 year old battle formation there, and as I say, the army is 18 or 19 years old as well. Now, can an old-fashioned, old-school army and battle formation from 18-19 years ago still do well on the 2024 battlefield there? Well, as you can see, I've got no cavalry, so straight away I've put my allies at a cavalry disadvantage, and I've got to try and make up for that. Let's see what happens during the course of the battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, we're going to do a cavalry count of both teams because this could prove decisive. Okay, so here you can see that Punisher has got 6 cavalry there. Okay, then we got Fesson here, so there's another 6, so that's 12 cavalry units so far for the enemy team. Okay, and then we come here to Man 2, another 6 cavalry, so that's 18 cavalry units. And then another 5 cavalry units there. So the enemy team have got 23 cavalry units. Now, just to give you a heads up on this, this could prove decisive towards the end of the battle. Let's have a look at our cavalry count. So we've got 6 there with Mars. Okay. Then we've got another 6 there with Pompey. So that's 12. Okay, I have got no cavalry at all, so I've put my team at a cavalry disadvantage. We've got 12 so far, and then another 6. So we've got 18 cavalry against their 23. Okay, and just the only reason I'm doing this is to give you a heads up for later on in the battle, because this could prove decisive. Their cavalry advantage could really do it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I want to show you an interesting battle tactic here by Mars. Now remember, he only had 10 infantry, and he split his 10 infantry into 2 mini armies. He's going to have 1 army on the flank there, and he's going to bring the other army. I think he's going to try and put that army in front of my Greek cities army there. Okay, so very interesting to see him splitting his 10 infantry into 2 armies. He's got his 6 cavalry at the back there. So I just thought that was interesting to see this tactic that he's employing in this battle here. As I say, 10 infantry, you know, to be honest, on the modern 2024 battlefield is a very low amount, and he's splitting them into 2 mini armies as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. You can see Man 2's moved his army forward there. He'd probably like to get close to Pompey so he could throw loads of pilers in to Pompey's army there if he could. And you can see Pompey here being very aggressive and moving his Macedonians here towards, I believe, Man 2's army. Okay, you can see Pompey's got 2 pilot shield units there in open order. Remember what we talked about before, units in open order suffer less casualties from missiles than units in close, tight formation there. Okay, so as I say, you can see Pompey moving forward. You'll see me moving my Greek cities army forward as well to come to Pompey's flank. As I say, a lot of the enemy Roman troops would like to get close to Pompey there to throw loads of pilers in to damage his Macedonian pike units before they even get into hand-to-hand combat, if they could. Okay, now just pause the game for a second here. I think that Mad King's bought the Carthage faction here for 2 particular reasons. 1, to take on Macedon. He may well take on Macedon, or 2, he may well take on my Greek cities. But I definitely think he's bought those Carthage units there for to take on one of us there. So it'll be interesting to see which faction Mad King decides he's going to use his Carthaginians on there. That should be interesting to see. And over here you'll see his Eth is facing Titan's Punisher here on our right flank. And to say here you can see that Mars has put one of his mini armies in front of my Spartan army there. I think he's done that to maybe shield my army a little bit from pilers there. He may well have done that. But I just thought that was an interesting tactic for you to see, an interesting battle tactic for you to see here, how he split his 10 infantry into 2 mini armies. And notice how he's got his cavalry in groups of 2 out on the far left flank there, ready to bring in when he's ready. But as I say, here he's only got 5 infantry. Fessen's got 14 infantry. The firepower alone from Fessen's army could almost destroy those 5 units of Mars there. So Mars is going to have to be extremely tactical with the way he uses those mini armies, I think. Or, you know, they could literally be destroyed by firepower from bigger armies that would be facing him there. Okay, so you can see here that Mad King's bought his Carthaginians opposite my Greek cities, so maybe my Spartans are what he's looking to go for there. But my allies may well want to throw some pilers into those Carthage Sacred Band units if they do advance towards me. Okay, at this stage of the battle, it's still an early part of the battle here. You'll see there's a lot of pilers going into the forward units of Pompey's Macedonians there, thrown by Fessen's infantry. As I say, you can see Pompey being quite aggressive there with his Macedonians there. And just look at the length of those pikes there for the Roman troops to have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. So as I say, Pompey being very aggressive there. As I say, you can see one of Mars' mini armies there coming around the flank there. As I say, he's put his other mini army in front of my Greek cities there. As I say, I think he's done that to try and shield my Spartans a little bit from piler damage. So a nice bit of teamwork there by Mars. But as I say, unusual there to split a small amount of infantry into 2 smaller armies there. I think is interesting military tactic there by Mars. Pause the game for a second here. So as I say, here you'll see, I think it's Man 2 moving closer to Pompey's Macedonians there, because he'd love to throw loads of pilers into the flank of those Macedonian pikes to weaken them before they get into hand-to-hand fighting there. But you can see that Mars is moving across, and what I'd like to do is hit Man 2's army with my Spartans there, but that's what I think that he wants me to do, so that the Carthaginians would then be involved as well, and I could be fighting Carthaginians and Roman army at the same time there. That's possibly what they want. Over here on our right flank, you'll see that Punisher's Green Brutio army is facing FS Julii army there, so that could be an interesting tussle. What's going to happen here on the right flank? Okay, but as I say, here you'll see, now as I say, the moment I move my Spartans forward, look, can you see that Man 2 is now backing his infantry off there? He doesn't really want to take Spartans on head on. there. I thought that might have been what the team tactic was there, to draw me on to Man 2's infantry so that the Carthaginians could then get involved as well. As you can see, Mad King moving his Sacred Band Spearmen forward. If my guys, my allies are fast enough, they could throw a lot of pilers into those Carthaginian units before Mad King pulls them back. There you are. You can see Mars move forward there. As I say there, if you could get some pilers into those Carthage Sacred Band units, that would be good news for us. There you are, you can see Mars there throwing pilers into some of those Carthage Sacred Band units. So that was quite good for us. You can see he's pulled back now. Mad King has pulled the Carthage Sacred Band units back there now because he doesn't want any more pilers thrown into him from Mars. Here you'll see that Punisher looks like he's moving more central there towards his allies. There, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. You see, got Pompey's cavalry out behind there, ready to move in if necessary. But a bit of pilot exchanging going on there between FF's forward units and Punisher's forward units there. As we know, Punisher can be very aggressive, so he may well decide to attack on this right flank of ours. And over here, as I say, you can see Mars's mini army there on the flank of Pompey's Macedonians. But there's a lot of cavalry out there, and I'm a little bit worried that that mini army could well be a target. I think Eth was a little bit worried, that's why he had his cavalry there. And of course, you've got Mars' fully upgraded units there, moving around the flank of the enemy armies there. Okay, but I think Mars just needs to be very careful with this mini army here. That is a big target there, I think, for enemy cavalry and possibly infantry there as well. Okay, so here you'll see I've pulled my Spartans back behind Mars's mini army there, just to try and avoid pilot damage there. I think that's why I've done that. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. So over here you'll see that Mars is being incredibly aggressive with that 5-man army. Okay, he's got his fully upgraded cavalry there, but there's a lot of enemy infantry, and if you look, there's a lot of enemy cavalry as well. And I think Mars's mini army there, as I say, the enemy may well be looking to target that army. Even though he's got fully upgraded cavalry, he would just be outnumbered by the enemy there. And you can see Carthage here. Actually, it looks like Mad King is taking his Carthaginians over, maybe to try and take out that mini army of Mars's. Be interesting to see what the enemy plan is here against that mini army of Mars. Right, here you'll see I'm advancing my Spartans into Man 2's SBQR infantry. Now, it wouldn't surprise me here if Man 2 backed his infantry off. He doesn't really want to take Spartans on head on with his Roman army there, so it wouldn't surprise me, as I say, if Man 2 backed his army off. There you go. Can you see he's now retreating his army there? But I'm guessing those units that I've already engaged may well rout. Okay, see those SBQR units that I've already engaged there with my Spartans? I think there's a good chance of them routing. There you are. They've both been routed there by my advancing Spartans, but you can see Man 2 really backing his infantry off there. Now here you'll see Fessen's infantry. Right, now here you'll see some Carthage units and some of Fessen's infantry attacking Pompey's Macedonians there. I just want to show you something here. Can you see the length of the Carthaginian spears? Okay, keep that in your mind, just see the length of the spears. Now look at the massive length of the Macedonian pikes in comparison to the short spears of Carthage. Okay, but Carthage does punch above its weight when it comes to fighting these big 121-man pike units there. So Carthage could do well. Oh, and as we thought here, look, Mad King's thrown his Carthaginians against that mini army of Mars. Now, Mars has got his fully upgraded cavalry there, but look at the amount of enemy cavalry there ready to counter his cavalry. So sadly, I think that this mini army of Mars is here could, just looking at the numbers there, be taken out. Okay, you've got Pompey's cavalry there, his companion cavalry stood behind there, but I'm just looking at the sheer numbers game here, and it looks to me like Mars's mini army could well be taken out. That's the Carthage general's just been killed, I think. Well, that's good news for us. That will be pretty good news for us. So well done to Mars there. I think he just killed the Sacred Band general, so that takes the morale bonus away from the Carthaginians there. There's Mars' fully upgraded cavalry. Now, is he going to charge them in? Is that what he's thinking about doing? Bearing in mind there is a lot of enemy cavalry there to counter him if he does that. Right, you can see he's going to charge his fully upgraded units forward, but only 2 of them. Can you see there's only 2 going in, but they're going to be countered there? Like, bang! As they smash in there. Oh my gosh. So you can see there that he's charging in, but if you notice there, the Mad King has turned, I think, at least 2 of his Sacred Band spear units there to face the cavalry, plus a Mad King is charging his cavalry into those 2 units as well. You can see here Pompey bringing some pike units over to try and reinforce Mars's mini army here. But to be honest with you, our left flank to me is looking a little bit kind of delicate there, to put it mildly. Here you'll see, as I say, some Carthage units and Fescens units there attacking Pompey's units. Now over here you'll see that Man 2's army is backed off. So what I'm going to do here is go into the flank of Fescens infantry with 4 or 5 of my Spartan units. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, but I need to watch my right flank there. And you can see that FF is facing most of Punisher's Brutii army there, but here look, you can see Punisher's got a lot of extra units here. He could run into the flank of my Spartans, or at least damage them with pilot hits there. So, you know what I said to you about earlier about my concentrations not being very good? I need to watch that on my right flank. But here, you can see I'm moving more and more of my Spartan units into attacking Fescens infantry there. Okay, but over here you'll see, as I say, our left flank to me is looking precarious, I would say, and could well be broken. Let's say you can see Pompey bringing some more pike units out here to support Mars's mini army here, but just look at the numbers game. Look at the cavalry, look at the infantry numbers here. Oh my gosh, as I say, our left flank and left centre, I think, of our battle line could be in trouble. You've got the winged horsemen, the companion cavalry ready to charge in there. But here you can see, there you are, you can see 2 of Pompey's pike units, or maybe even 3 of them, have been routed there by the combination of Carthage and Roman troops attacking them. That is a powerful combination there, attacking Pompey's troops there. But over here, you know, I talked about, you know, my concentration not being very good now. Years ago, this wouldn't have happened. I would have been aware of what's happening here. But look at this. I bet Punisher can't believe his luck. He's going to throw loads of pilers into the flank of my Spartans. Make no mistake, this is an 81-man unit. It's going to be reduced to about, well, looking at the pilers going into about 30, I would think, something like that. As I say, I should have spotted that. As I say, the concentration is not that great these days, and that's the casualties that I've suffered there just from those pilot hits. So that's a lack of concentration there. And you can see the Spartans that I lost due to those pilers. So that's why I tend not to bring pike or spear factions that much, because, as I say, concentration is not that good. Right, you can see here my Spartans really pushing in to Fescens infantry there. Nice little bit of teamwork here by Mars. Can you see how he's put a blocking force there to stop reinforcements getting to Fescens infantry there? Mars's mini army is a blocking force there, allowing my Spartans to attack Fescens infantry, and they can't get any reinforcements. And I could well engage that SBQ army with my other Spartans there, and you've got Pompey's pike units there. Now watch this very carefully. Can you see that FF has got his cavalry locked and loaded in wedge formation there for more penetration and more impact? So he wants to charge into Fescens infantry, but can you see that Pompey's got his pikes down? And as we've seen in other battle videos, if FF tried charging his cavalry through Pompey's pikes when they're down, he would lose loads of his cavalry on friendly pikes. Okay, so FS needs to communicate with us. I need to put my spears up as well when his cavalry hits. Okay, so this is going to have to be good teamwork. Pompey and myself are going to have to raise his pikes and my spears so that we don't cause FF any friendly casualties there. Okay, right, see, okay, so here goes the cavalry in now. Just show you here. Can you see that Pompey's now lifted his pikes? Okay, so Allied cavalry can now run through them with no problem at all, without suffering any casualties on Pompey's pikes. Okay, and I need to put my spears up as well, and before FS cavalry hits that SBQ infantry, because I don't want to cause him any friendly casualties either. Right, here comes FS cavalry, goes through, and bang, and he smashes into Fescens infantry there. A really nice hit there by FF and good teamwork there by Pompey. And if you see here, I've got my spears up of my Spartans as well. So I've put my spears up so that I don't cause FF any friendly casualties there. I don't cause him any casualties. And as you can see, Pompey put his pikes up, so neither of us are going to cause FF any casualties at all as his cavalry charges through. I just thought that was an interesting thing for you to see. Great teamwork there by Pompey, myself and FF. Good coordination there. Here you'll see, as I say, Mars's mini army holding Man 2's SBQR army really well there. Now that we've taken out Fessen's infantry in that combination of cavalry attack there and pike and spear attack, I can now concentrate on trying to take out Man 2's infantry. But it looks to me here that our left flank and left centre is about to be broken. Okay, you can see the enemy cavalry. As I said at the beginning of this battle, the enemy cavalry count could be decisive in this battle. Remember, they had 23 cavalry against our 18. Okay, and as I say, we've lost a lot of cavalry already, and that to me looks like a big target for the enemy cavalry. Over here you'll see Punisher being very aggressive with cavalry and infantry against FF infantry there. Okay, so we're being attacked on the right flank there, as well as our left flank and left centre. Okay, so as I say, things not looking very good for our team at this stage of the battle. Okay, so as we've taken out, as I say, as we've taken out Fessen's infantry there with that cavalry and spear and pike attack, I can move my Spartans forward now. Right, here comes that cavalry there, come bang! Make no mistake, a Mad King's going for Pompey's general there, and he has now taken out Pompey's general. Okay, so Macedon morale is not very good, so to lose their general is really bad for them, and there you are, general's just been killed. Oh my gosh, if you look at our left flank and left centre, can you see a lot of Pompey's Macedonian units are now routing? Oh my gosh, and there you are, you can see that Mars's general unit's been routed as well. So we've lost a general morale bonus. Luckily his general's still alive. That unit may well rally, but at this stage of the battle, as you can see, our left centre and left flank has now been broken. It's been smashed, crashed and broken there by sheer enemy numbers. Okay, so the enemy now will look to roll us up from left to right. So this could be quite a quick battle here. You can see the enemy cavalry. As I say, they've taken out the Macedonian cavalry, or most of the Macedonian companion cavalry, and they're now in behind us with lots of enemy cavalry there. So as I say, they will look to roll us up from left to right if we allow that to happen. But if you notice here, you'll see that Punisher's army has kind of become a little bit detached from the rest of his teammates. So what might be a good tactical move for us is to go for Punisher's army here. Okay, that may well be a good tactic there. You can see Man 2's backing his SBQR infantry off away from my Spartans there. So what I'm thinking here, as we've lost our left centre and left flank, let's concentrate on the right flank here and try and take out Punisher's army. Now, make no mistake, Punisher can see what's coming towards him here, so it wouldn't surprise me if he backed his infantry and cavalry off. As you can see here, we as a team have now decided we're going to go for Punisher's green Brutii army there. But we need to watch our rear because, make no mistake, the enemy troops will be snapping at our heels as we move towards Punisher's army. And as I say, you can see Punisher there, he can see what's coming, so he's backing his infantry off. Now here you can see Mars has got 3 units. I think he's concentrating on his cavalry so much, he may well have forgotten those 3 units there. You can see Mars there doing a lot of stopping units from rallying there with his cavalry. He's going to take out these units here, he may well have to move away. But you can see he's concentrating on his cavalry, and I think he's forgotten these 3 units of his here. And make no mistake, if he doesn't spot these units and move them away, there's a good chance they're going to get taken out by infantry and cavalry. Just look at the amount of enemy cavalry around those 3 units. Unfortunately, I think those 3 units are just about going to be taken out, and bang! There's all that cavalry charges in there. So unfortunately, Mars lost those 3 units there. As I say, I think he was concentrating on what his cavalry was doing there and possibly missed those units being attacked. But as you can see now, we're going full out to try and take out Punisher's army. As he moves back, I think Eth and Mars's cavalry and Pompey's cavalry are going to pick off individual units of Punisher there. Can you see the great job that my allies' cavalry are doing there at just picking off Punisher's units? Now over here you'll see the enemy, as I say, are going to be snapping at our heels, but you'll see Eth here is doing a delaying action on the enemy. Okay, he's forming up, right? But when the enemy gets close to him, he will move back. But what he's trying to do is slow the enemy up here. Great tactical move here by Eth. Trying to slow the enemy up, allowing us to try and take out Punisher's army before reinforcements can get to him. There you are. Can you see his army there? He formed it up, but he's moving the infantry back. You'll see my Spartans there. I'm just going full out to try and catch those enemy Brutii infantry of Punishers there. And of course, as he's retreating in disorder, my allies' cavalry are picking him off. And this is a good move here by Man 2. He's come to help Punisher there. Can you see he's bringing both his cavalry and infantry over to try and help Punisher. Nice bit of teamwork there by Man 2. Okay, but once again, can you see Eth doing that delaying action of the enemy troops there? Forms up, stops their advance, but the moment they get close to him, he then pulls that infantry back. Nice, as I say, nice delaying tactic there, and a great bit of teamwork there by Eth, delaying the enemy team from coming in behind us as we're chasing Punisher. So, as I say, great bit of teamwork there. You got Fesson there moving forward as well. But if you get a chance, just look at the enemy cavalry numbers here that they've still got left. And as I say, that could possibly prove decisive without spoiling anything towards the end of the battle. Right, you can see my Spartans here now going for both Man 2's and Punisher's infantry there. I shouldn't think their cavalry will want to attack my Spartans, because as we know, the Spartans got 2 hit points. They got big anti-cavalry bonus as well. So I don't think they'll want to use their cavalry at this stage on my Spartans there. And you can see some of Man 2's infantry units starting to rout as we're chasing them, as well as Punisher's green Brutii troops there. So as I say, you can see the rest of the enemy there running forward, trying to catch up to our troops, or say snapping at our heels as we're trying to take out a lot of Punisher's units. If you notice here, a lot of Punisher's infantry has now been taken out. Can you see he hasn't got a lot of infantry left there? So, you know, I think we've done quite well. Bearing in mind we lost our left centre and left flank, I think we've done quite well there in destroying a lot of Punisher's infantry units there. Here you can see Pompey. Now those 2 pike units look a little bit isolated, and the enemy cavalry could well see that and look to charge in there. I need to get my Spartans, I think, over to those Macedonians there, where you can see the enemy straight away spotted those 2 units are a bit isolated. In goes the cavalry and infantry, look, and bang, as they smash in, routed that unit on impact there. You can see me running my Spartans over towards that other pike unit there of Pompey's there. Try and save that unit if we can. You'll see the enemy backing off from my Spartans as they get close there. So well done to Pompey there. I think he's caused quite a few casualties there with those pike units, but you can see my Spartans now getting involved with that SBQ or cavalry, and you can see my allies moving over there as well. As I say, just trying to take out as many of Punisher's units as we can, and you can see the rest of the enemy troops running after us there, trying to catch us from behind, if you like. But there you can see me moving my Spartans forward there. See, Man 2's lost a few of his infantry as well, coming over to try and help Punisher. Here you can see another one of Pompey's units just got taken out by that Sacred Band cavalry. But once again, you'll see Eth there trying to form a delaying formation there, just to try and hold up the enemy there as we move in. See, if you notice there, I'm not sure, but I think possibly, is it most of Punisher's infantry has now been taken out. So that's pretty good news. He's still got his cavalry left, but I think I think Punisher just got a couple of infantry units left there. So that's good news. You can see him bringing his cavalry over, and actually, as I say, we've taken out a few of Man 2's infantry units as well that he brought over to help Punisher. So you know, we've done quite well here, I think, in chasing these 2 armies away, if you see what I mean. There's a couple of brutal units there I'm going to hit with my Spartans. Routed that one unit on impact. I'm going after that other unit. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might be the last 2 infantry units of Punishers there. Let's pause the game for a second. So, yeah, I think that's the last infantry unit now left. And if you got, you can see Man 2's cavalry and Punisher's cavalry there. But if we can take out that last infantry unit, that will be all of Punisher's infantry taken out. Now, if you notice here, the enemy team have stopped running to chase us now. They're walking forward, so that they're trying to keep their troops fresh. Okay, their troops, I believe, were very tired or very tired there. So what he's doing now, that Mad King, he's just walking his troops forward now, so that they will be in a fresh state for when we get into any hand-to-hand fighting there. But as I say, I believe now this is the last infantry unit of Punishers there, and we're crashing into that unit. And if that unit rout, there you go. So I think now that is all of Punisher's infantry has now been taken out. Yes, he's still got his cavalry, but we have now taken out all of Punisher's infantry. So I think, as I say, bearing in mind we lost our left flank and left centre there, I think we've done quite well in our tactic there of chasing down Punisher's army. But as I say, the cavalry numbers of the enemy team, possibly could prove pivotal, especially towards the end of the battle there. You see, I'm still chasing that those enemy troops with my Spartans there, and you can see the enemy just backing off from us there. I think Pompey's just got 1 pike unit left, if I'm not mistaken, at this stage of the battle. So, as I say, we'll see what happens next. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see this SBQ cavalry going for, I think it's Mars' cavalry, or is that Eth's cavalry there, as they charge in, look, and bang, as they charge in there. You can see them both charging in there, and unfortunately, it's Eth's cavalry. It looks like Eth may well lose 2 of his cavalry units there, being hit from that enemy cavalry. You see Mars charging his cavalry in there, looking to try and take out some enemies. Oh dear, so Eth has lost 2 of his cavalry units there, and you can just see the number of enemy cavalry coming towards us there, and their infantry as well. Okay, so at this stage of the battle, you'll notice here that both teams are kind of forming up here for the next part of the combat, if you like, for the next part of the battle, part 2 of the battle there. You'll see the enemy troops there just going to probably rest to get fresh, and that's what we're going to look to do here. But here's this mound here that I showed you earlier in the battle. Now this will become very important on this flat featureless map. There's no other features on this flat featureless map except this mound. And what we're thinking about doing, I think, just looking at the sheer enemy numbers here, especially their cavalry, I think we're thinking about moving on to that mound, just to give you a heads up there. Because as I say, their cavalry numbers here are just so massive. Plus you've got Carthage, basically a full army there, plus all their SBQR infantry as well. So just looking at their cavalry numbers there, I mean, if you look at their cavalry, look basically intact, don't they? So I think that's what we're thinking about doing, moving on to the mound there. Now, another thing I wanted to show you at this stage of the battle is, can you see that Mars's generals become detached from our team there? Okay, you can see his general there. Now remember that the general morale bonus, I think we saw this unit routed earlier, but we thought that it might rally. Okay, so he's going to have to be very careful with his general there, because look, the enemy are between him and his general and our team. So he's going to be very careful there, because if the enemy spots his general, they're going to send cavalry over to take that general out. So at the moment, we're missing Mars's general morale bonus, and I just hope that he can get that to us. Okay, at this stage of the battle, as I said to you earlier, we are now decided we're going to move on to that small mound now. As I say, this is a massive map, but that feature there, that mound, is the only feature, if you like, on the whole map. And that's where we've decided we're moving to there. Just going up onto that slightly higher ground there of the mound. And that's where we're going to try and set up all our armies there, well, what's left of our armies anyway. Okay, and the simple reason for that is just that they've got so much cavalry there, that even though I've got Spartans there, the cavalry that they've got would take out my allies and then concentrate on me, I would think. Right, now here's Mars's general. trying to run to get onto that mound before he's spotted. But there you are, you can see that Fesson has spotted Morris's general. And make no mistake there, this is a prize for the enemy team there. Take out Morris's general. We lose the general morale bonus there. And as I say, you can see Fesson there bringing his SPQR cavalry over. And he's brought all 6 units over here. So he's really going to try and smash Morris's infantry general. Come on, Morris, can you run any faster? Get out onto that mound before that cavalry can get to you. But I don't think he's going to do that, is he? And here comes those 6 units of SPQR cavalry. This could be an overkill here, and bang! And then Morris turns his general up to face the threat, and bang, as he charges there. See the general there fighting away. But there you are. So the general's been routed. They're probably going to kill the general so that he's got no chance of rallying there. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. There you are. So the general now, Morris's general's dead, so we've lost the general morale bonus of Morris. Okay, but as you can see here, we are now pulling up onto this mound here, just to make a final stand. I think our last stand's going to be on this mound. Last stand mound. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see that we've actually moved up onto this mound. Okay, here. You can see there that Pomp is just protecting that gap. We're not sure if they can get up through that gap, but he's got pike unit there just to protect it. There just in case. Mars has hosted on this map several times, but we have never ever played on this particular part of the map. So this is a first for us here, being on this mound. Now you can see here, I think my allies were thinking about attacking the cavalry there with their cavalry and infantry. I think that's what they were thinking there, leaving me and 3 of Eth's units there to hold this end of the mound while they attack that cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see if that's what they're going to do. But just look at the enemy numbers here. You can see there the Carthage army is basically intact. You've got Man 2's infantry there and Fesson's infantry there, plus all that cavalry there. And of course there on the other side you've got all their SPQR cavalry. Now if you notice here, as I say, I think Eth, Mars and Pompey there with his 1 pike unit there, as I say, they were thinking about being aggressive here and attacking this SPQR cavalry. Okay, so I think it's going to be an infantry and cavalry attack on Man 2's and Fesson's cavalry. But of course my guess is that the moment Fesson and Man 2 sees an infantry and cavalry attack coming their way, they're just going to back off with their cavalry. Probably that's what will happen there. But as I say, here you can see Eth with 3 of his units, and my Spartans are just looking to hold this end of the mound if we're attacked while our allies move off towards the enemy cavalry there. You can see Mars really keen on this attack. Like you can see him taking his cavalry out really wide there. Actually trying to get in behind the enemy SPQR cavalry, if you notice there. And as I say, Fesson and Man 2, they must see what's coming, but they're just going to stand there just to maybe this is a part of their tactic there to draw you know, our cavalry and most of Eth's infantry here on this flank while they attack on the other flank. They may well, you know, use this as an opportunity here. They know that if that cavalry of Fesson and Man 2 comes under pressure, they'll just ride off anyway. But you can see Mars very keen on the attack here by getting his cavalry in that position. And you can see Eth moving his infantry and cavalry forward there towards Man 2 and Fesson's purple SPQR cavalry. But as I say, this could, you know, the enemy could well be doing this here to draw troops away from the mound, which is what they've done. Literally, our cavalry and most of Eth's infantry has been drawn away. And now if you notice here, can you see the enemy is starting to move a little bit on this other flank here? And now you'll see that Fesson and Man 2 have now decided to move their cavalry over to this flank, where my Spartans and I think 3 of Eth's infantry are positioned there. You can see Man 2's brought his infantry forward. Whether he's still got pilots left or not, I don't know to throw in, but I've put a small, very, very battle damaged unit in open order in front of my battle formation. You've got cavalry there coming up on the flank, and you can see the infantry moving forward. As I say, the cavalry numbers in this game on the enemy team, as I said right from the beginning of this battle, it could prove decisive. Okay, but here you can see Eth, Mars, and Pompey's pike unit over there on that particular flank. But you can notice here, you'll see the enemy coming round the flank. You've got the Carthaginian spearmen there. Now, whether they're going to attack straight up the mound or not, you can see Man 2 moving round. I've adjusted my battle formation to face the threat of Man 2's infantry coming round there. I'm going to have to split my Spartan army up to obviously cover parts of the mound. You'll see Eth and Mars are bringing their infantry and cavalry back to the mound now, as they can see that the enemy are looking like they're going to attack on this flank. There, if you notice there, I'm putting 3 Spartan units out to you know, try and defend this part of the mound if I can. And there you can see Eth and Mars' cavalry coming back there. But over here you'll see that's a heck of a lot of cavalry of Man 2s and Fessens there. Heavy Praetorian cavalry there. Oh, you can see Man 2's throwing a couple of his units forward. That's because they've probably still got pilers left. There you are. Can you see they're going to throw them in? And there you go, point blank range into my Spartans there. But I'm guessing they haven't got a lot of pilers, because I've got a few. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm guessing that they already can see Eth giving them a few pilers back there. So well done to Eth there. So you can see that we've got our cavalry and infantry up on the mound now, and you can see that Pompey's got 1 pike unit left there. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to attack the mound here. You see, I don't think they can come up this gap. As far as we're aware, Mars didn't think that they could get up through that gap. So I don't know whether the enemy are trying or not, but Mars didn't think they could. And as you can see here, we're spreading our troops out across the mound now, looking at the way the enemy are going to attack. You see that Fesson bringing his cavalry in there. As I say, Pompey's only got 1 pike unit left. Mars has lost, I believe, all his infantry. He's just got his cavalry left there. You can see Man 2 being a nuisance with his cavalry there, trying to distract us, trying to distract our cavalry over onto that flank. Nice tactical move there by Man 2. And here you'll see those spears moving around our flank of the sacred band there. As I say, they got cavalry there, but there's no way they're going to charge up that mound into Spartan. So we know they're not going to attack there with the cavalry. But if there was a gap there, obviously they would love to get their cavalry up onto the mound if they could. If there was a gap there that they could get up onto the mound, that's what they would like to do. So as I say here, I'm splitting my Spartan army up here to try and help defend the mound. As I say, over there, you'll see Man 2 still being a nuisance with his cavalry, trying to draw Mars' cavalry away from the mound there, trying to weaken our defence there as they decide to attack. So you can see me move my Spartans around there, but I need to be aware of the enemy cavalry would love to get up onto the top of the mound. If they came round here, they could now got a clear run up on top of the mound, where they could then charge into the rear or flank of our troops. So I need to be very aware of that, and maybe put a Spartan wall there to defend that particular part of the mound. Okay, now over here you can see that Carthage army moving, and I think they've got up onto a flat part of the mound there. If they attack my Spartans, it'd be on flat ground. Right there, where you can see Mars' cavalry there, loitering with intent. Right now here, as I say, you can see the Carthaginians attacking my Spartans, and it's on level ground. Okay, so you can see that now. I haven't got a high ground advantage here. It's a level ground attack there. And you can see the Carthaginians really piling into my Spartans there. But what I'm hoping is that Mars's cavalry, which I know is loitering with intent, might smash into the back. There you are. Can you see Mars's cavalry there? That Julio cavalry going to hopefully smash into the back of those engaged Carthaginians there. There you go, look. And bang! As he smashes into those units there, routed those units on impact. You can see that Mad King's bringing his Sacred Band cavalry over to try and counter Mars's cavalry there. But that was a nice hit there by Mars. You know, if we can rout those units, that would be good. Right now, here you can see Etheth. He could spot the danger of the enemy cavalry wanting to get on top of the mound there, so he's closed that approach off with infantry and cavalry. Now, over here, you'll see my Spartans have done quite a good job in combination with Mars's cavalry there of routing a heck of a lot of those Carthage Sacred Band units. There, but those Sacred Band units could well rally and come back into the fray just when we don't want them to, and that could be a pivotal part of the battle. Right, now here is something that could be maybe decisive in this battle here. Can you see that Etheth has decided to be aggressive? He's moved with his infantry and cavalry down against Punisher's cavalry, but what he's missed is there's loads of enemy cavalry locked and loaded on this flank. Can you see all that enemy cavalry moving towards him now? Okay, now, if Etheth's troops here, look, he's got infantry and cavalry. If he loses this particular part of the battle, then I think this is a decisive part of the battle here, and this could prove pivotal. All right, you can see all that enemy cavalry charging in to Etheth. He's got some infantry in there and some cavalry. Now Mars is trying to race to get his cavalry round here, his fully upgraded cavalry round here to help Etheth. But as I say, if Etheth loses these troops, we could be in big trouble. My Spartans are already committed there against SBQR troops. There's more SBQR infantry moving up as well. I've got to keep these Spartan units there because I can see there's enemy, those Sacred Band Spear units have rallied, and there's a lot of cavalry there. I would like to smash through there if they could. But here, Etheth decided to be aggressive, decided to attack here, and, you know, he could well pay the price. Just look at that cavalry locked and loaded. You can see a lot of Etheth units are starting to rout here. Now, you can see that, oh my gosh, there's his general. He's even got his general involved here. We don't want to lose his general because we'll lose the general morale bonus there. You can see I'm moving some Spartan units over to hold this side of the mound, but watch Etheth's general. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right, so Etheth has now lost his general. I think he's lost all his cavalry from what I can see, and he's lost most of his infantry there. Through that aggressive attack there, he's been smashed and crashed there by mostly enemy cavalry. And as I say, this could prove decisive now. They're losing all those troops. That, as I say, that could prove decisive. As I say, got my Spartans engaged there against the enemy SBQR infantry. As I say, there are Sacred Band Spearman units that have rallied and are coming back into the fray. You can see there's cavalry waiting to attack as well. I think that's Etheth's general's just been killed. So, as I say, you can see the enemy really pressing in on us now. And there you are, you can see that all of Etheth's units he took down the slope have now been taken out. Oh my gosh, there's SBQR cavalry charging into the back of my Julii ally there. Etheth's still got some Julii units fighting there, but they've just been smashed in the rear by enemy cavalry. Now I've put these 3 Spartan units there. I need to spread them out a bit more to stop enemy cavalry getting up onto the top of the mound. If that enemy cavalry gets up on top, look, they could then smash into the back of our engaged troops. If they get there, look, bang, bang, they're charged in to the rear of our engaged troops. So I need to stretch those Spartans out to stop enemy cavalry getting up onto the mound if I can. So you can see there are a lot of enemy cavalry there. So as I say, I need to stretch those units out there to stop them getting up. There's more SBQR cavalry charging into Etheth. Oh my gosh, there's more of Etheth Julii units starting to rout. Pause the game for a second here now. All this SBQR infantry has routed 2 more of Etheth's infantry, and they're starting to push in on my Spartans there. You can see that now. I'm going to have to bring these units over here that I was using to try and neutralise those rallied spear units of Mad Kings, but I'm going to have to bring them into the fray now to attack those SBQR units. And as I say, just look at the enemy cavalry numbers. I mean, you can just see all those enemy cavalry there. Oh my gosh. So there, can you see Mad King was itching to bring his Sacred Band cavalry up onto the mound, but I've blocked that with those three cavalry units, those three Spartan units there to stop the cavalry. But there's more SBQR units charging into my Spartans. Look, and bang! They're trying to get a mass rout going of my Spartans there. Look, I'm fighting cavalry and infantry at this stage. You can see they're really pushing in on my Spartans there, infantry and cavalry. Can the Spartans hold? You can see there I'm fighting in all different directions now, trying to micromanage my spearmen to face a threat coming in from different directions there. And oh my gosh, here comes the Sacred Band cavalry as well. And bang, as they smash in there. More, look at all this cavalry approaching us now. Just look at all that cavalry. They're going to smash into us big time. And bang, as they smash in. Look. Oh my gosh, all that charge bonus coming in on my Spartans. As I say, I'm trying to micromanage my Spartans here, trying to face a threat coming in. There, as that massive cavalry hit smashes into my Spartans there. They're still holding. They're still holding there. Just look at that. You can see the impact of that cavalry and enemy infantry attacking there. I'm bringing my general now into the fray to give general morale bonus. You can see those rallied Sacred Band spear units now are moving forward to attack my Spartans there. More cavalry hits going in here. Oh my gosh. If the enemy get above my Spartans, which they're looking to do, they're going to have the down mound charge straight in to my units there. Can you see they're above my units now? If they were to charge in, they would get that down bonus, but I'm starting to face those spear units coming in on me. But now the enemy cavalry is going to smash into the rear of my units. And bang! As that cavalry smashes in. Just look at the impact and penetration of that cavalry. But still, my Spartans are still managing to hold there, even though they're fighting now. Some of them are fighting those Sacred Band spear units there. Oh my gosh. And here comes the Sacred Band. There's just some Sacred Band cavalry coming in there. Can you see that Sacred Band cavalry coming down the mound there? So they've got the down mound bonus there. Like a bang as they charge in there. Oh my gosh. And we've just managed to hold there, and I think our team has just about managed to go on to win the battle there. But oh my gosh, that was a real battle of the mound there, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. And if you look at all, you can see how we've covered a massive area of this battle map. I mean, over here, you can see this is where the initial battle started here, wasn't it? The initial movements here. And you can see here, just by the dead over here, how intense the fighting was as we move along here. Just looking at the battle line there. A lot of Macedon dead there. I can see a lot of Macedonians dead there. As we move across the battlefield here, more and more dead here. Oh my gosh. You just see there the absolute piles of dead. And this is, like I say, over a long, long way away from the mound. So you can see how far we travelled to get from here over to the mound. Like, you can see that. Loads and loads. As I say, if we pull up there, look, everywhere you look is dead. Can you see? You can see where all the dead was. You can see it's a real spread out battle. And then we fought all our way, weren't we, chasing Punisher's army here and Man 2's army a little bit here as we moved over to the mound here. And this is where we had the final kind of battle of the mound. And you can see here where the enemy troops and our troops dead there. Lots of that's where Etheth's cavalry and infantry were caught a little bit there. And then we get up on top of the mound here, and you can just see, oh my gosh, just like a carpet of dead. That's the cavalry hits that going in on us there. I think if we'd have had any other units except for Spartans, the enemy would have won there. It's the 2 hit points and the big anti-cavalry bonus that they've got there that just managed to hold on there. And here you can see where the Carthaginians attacked my Spartans there on the level ground there. So, you know, we were lucky, I think, to hold on there. You can see that I think Etheth has got 2 units left. And I think Mars has got 2 units left. So, yeah, Etheth's got 2 infantry units left. And I believe Mars has just got 2 cavalry units left. So that's the extent of our army there, of my allies' armies. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Pompey's last pike unit was, yeah, there you go. Pompey's last pike unit was routed there. That's his very last pike unit there. So that just goes to show how close this battle is. To me, this should be a close battle. I don't know what all of you think. I would think, just looking at the units that we've got left, it would be very, very close, I would imagine. There. As you can see, we're just finishing off the last of the unit. Oh, oh my gosh, average. Okay, well, the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I think everybody played well, and this is a real surprise to me. That's an average victory, because I would have put money on it being close. I don't know what all of you thought. I just thought it was that close. It should have been close. We must have just got in there. Highest kills in the game, very, very unusually, goes to myself. Just managed to scrape over 2,000 kills. I think 2,000 kills, if you get that, is still special, even today on Rome Total War. So I'm very pleased with that, but very lucky as well. I've got a very small army as well. If you look at my men deployed, only 1,200 men. So a very small army there. So well done to Punisher. He got over 1,000 kills, so well done to him. We always look to get over 1,000 if we can. Well done to Fesson. Got some good kills there as well. And well done to Man 2. Got some good kills, and well done to Mad King. Now I think you're going to be a little bit surprised later on when I show you there. Can you see there? Right, you can see Mars. He didn't quite get 1,000 kills, but he played very well there with his 10 infantry and 6 maximum upgraded cavalry. Well done to Pompey, got over 1,000 kills, so he did well there. And well done to Eth. He did well as well there. But I'd just like to show you something here, a bit of a surprise. Okay, can you see that Mad King got the 2nd? And then Man 2 got the 3rd, and Fesson got the 4th. So they got the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th highest kills in the game, and it's still only an average victory. I mean, just looking at that, I'd have thought, definitely. And from what we could see, what troops we had left, I thought it would have been close. We must have just edged into the average victory category there. But I thought it would have been close. Do you think either side had faction advantage? We had Greek cities, Macedon, and Rome. And they had 3 Romes and Carthage. So do you think there was any faction advantage there? Or do you think it was pretty even? So just to say, we play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. And we play a combination of Barbarian Invasion and Rome Total War on a Sunday night. So if you'd like to join us, it would be great to see you. And if you get into one of our battles and it's a good battle, you may well see yourself here on YouTube. So this is Spartan Commander saying bye for now, and see you soon.